Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be talking about my K24 swap, kind of like a K parts breakdown. So let's go. Alright everybody, like I said, so I'm going to be doing a little breakdown on my 92 Civic CX K24A RBB swap. You guys can tell in the back, I have it running. I have not started this car in a couple months, so it's just good, you know, to have it running and stuff like that. Car's just been sitting here, so just, you know, giving it a little bit of idling, you know, let all the fluids and stuff like that get warm and up to temp. The fan already did kick on, so that's a good sign that, you know, I got up to temp and it's, you know, everything's going and smooth. So yeah, further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so let's get into it. So, you know, this is gonna be, it's not gonna be a brief video, it's gonna be a lengthy video, but it should help a lot of you guys out there trying to do a K swap. This is an EG, obviously. It does not have power steering because it's a manual rack, and it does not have AC as well. This CX model did not come with AC, so it was easier and everything was just so easy to put. I did end up running heater hoses, which we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, I go ahead and start from the front of the car all the way, work ourselves to the back. I'm gonna do my best to be descriptive and tell you guys exactly what you need and what is you know, what parts did I use, and, you know, talk a little bit more about that. I'm gonna try my best to compare prices from now to when this got done. I mean, even though it got done, I still added a couple stuff. I changed stuff as the course went on, but give or take about 4 to 5 years, that's when I bought a lot of these parts. So 4 to 5 years from now, a lot of the, you know, inflation and stuff like that, the prices have skyrocketed and changed. So, you know, give or take, my swap was 10K, not even counting the car, and I stopped counting a little bit after 10K. So yeah, give or take about 10K with some change, maybe 11. You know, I'm pretty sure that price is a little bit more now. We're talking about either 10 to maybe 12 or maybe more, who knows. But this right here is not a budget per se. This is more of a, you know, I bought stuff, you know, at, you know, discount price or Black Friday deals. So, you know, other than that, a lot of it, it's name brand parts versus the Integra that will be unfolding as the channel continue. As you guys can see, I am hoarding parts as we are talking, and as the build is going on, and I'll be documenting this one as well. Also, comparison with this one, show you guys that it could be done cheaply as possible. There's other YouTubers out there like Young Statics that have been able to do a budget or less cost-effective built as well. So yep, this will be in the making. It's just taking a pause from it because of financial and time issues. So, but yeah, let's get right into this. Starting out from the front, we got the radiator. This right here is a CSF. This is pretty much meant for a K swap, so it's ideally plug and play. I'm pretty sure you can use other ones out there, thinner ones, but this one, no complaints whatsoever. CSF knocked it out the park, and I like it because it's especially meant for this K swap chassis. The only thing I could say that I had to talk to them about is this bracket down there. There's no bracket for it. Given, you know, so I still have my normal mounts, so my radiator lower mounts, but it does not line up on this side. So if it wasn't for this front one here, it will be on the side. So thank you to my boy Kalen Kid. I do have ones that he pull from another vehicle. I just have to, you know, take all this out and get it welded, so that way it's actually sitting flush without the help of that one. But you still need that front one so it prevents it from moving back and forth. Shroud situation, I know CSFF has their shroud, but I ended up getting an eBay one and it was really cheap. You know, I messed up and I cut some of the brackets because I was meant to fit on my other Mishimoto half size that I have that did not work out. I don't think it was so much of the radiator, more emphasis on the fan. but nonetheless I upgraded. Better cooling, just suits me better for where I'm at, Florida. So yeah, I got a eBay shroud. As you guys can see, it's not that bad, fits perfectly, everything lined up, and then the radiator brings all the little spacers and stuff to compensate and help, so that was pretty good too. I also had to mod it because this shroud's only meant for, I believe, a 10-inch fan, maybe 11, and then I'm running a 12-inch, I think it's a 1700 CSFM SPAL fan, which I had to cut the shroud to fit, you know, the opening, so that way it's actually pulling air and stuff like that. I did want to go ahead and put some of that, I guess you can see, sweep tape or whatever it's called, seal tape. I could do a little bit better, but it's hard to fit in there, and I should have done it when it was already out. That way it creates a better seal when the car is at a light. On to the hoses. I am running Hybrid Racing, as you can see, hoses. Nothing, you know, I didn't have to cut, do no modifications, nothing, everything is plugged. Now on the bottom one, I did have to mod it, so you guys can see a little bit. It is modded. Let me see if we can get a better angle from here. As you can see, sorry for the lighting, but yep, I had to cut it a couple times and measure and mod just to make it fit onto there. But it's also a Hybrid Racing one. For that, you don't have to get Hybrid Racing. For none stuff I'm talking about, you can get, you know, other brands that are more costly, cheaper. And I'm also running a swivel. That's an eBay knockoff of the V1 K-Tune one with a B18 or B16 thermostat, stand thermostat style. I just went ahead and drilled 1/8 holes on it, about 3 of them, and I was able to get it done. And yeah, no leaks, nothing whatsoever. I was able to clock it how I want to, and that way make the bottom hose, lower rad hose, work to my advantage. So that's pretty much, I hope I covered everything regarding the radiator. You know, like I said, I'm moving from front to rear, so let's continue. Since I am running a K24A, this is a JDM, I had to source a USTM water pump housing, which you guys seen in my other videos. If you have, make sure to check it out. All the types of other water pump housings that you can run in order to run your accessories, you know, like the alternator, EP3 idle pulley. But it's up to you, because if you're running a power steering pump, then you're gonna have to use that instead. But yeah, I'm not gonna get into that. Other than that, right now I'm running this is a CRV / base RSX water pump housing, because it's identical, it's the same. And I am running, this is a Z3 out of a Z3 alternator. I like this is how it runs. It's facing with the plug facing you, which is nice. I have no issues. So before that, I was actually running a TSX one, but I recommend you run an RSX. This one's perfectly fine as well as Z3. Just a better benefit. You guys don't stay shy away from the TSX, to be honest. Just stick to those, in my opinion. So I'm still running the same automatic starter that it came with. I do have a K24Z7 out of a 9th gen SI starter as well, which worked perfectly fine, but I was having some issue troubleshooting stuff, and I went ahead and put back that starter. Ended up not being that, but left it because I didn't want to deal with this whole taking everything apart all over again. But automatic one worked perfectly fine, so no issues whatsoever there. Yeah, what else can I talk about as I'm working my way? Alright, so as I'm working my way, you can see the transmission I have. It's hard to see, but my slave cylinder is a K-Tune one. I decided to go with the K-Tune one. I have that. I got a kswap K-Tune clutch line as well running in there. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else as I work my way up towards. Alright, so decided to run the overflow right there. It's up to you. If you can make it fit on this side, it's not obstructing the belts, you know, it's up to you where you want it. Vice versa with the power steering as well. I know that a lot of the high racing kits are meant to put them up here so it's closer to the pump. I know for my Integra it sits up here, and I'm just gonna, you know, extend the 3/8 or the 5/8 hose onto it to make it work, because it's close to the rack as well. But yeah, that's on you. I have it mocked here. So working right here, I have a K-Tune cooler intake, and it's meant to actually go all the way down to where the windshield reservoir is at, but I didn't want to delete that, and I didn't want it to be that way all the way down, because it's probably almost down here, because I want to prevent hydro locking the engine, since I live in Florida and it floods and it rains a lot. So here it's perfectly fine, no issues whatsoever. It picks up good decent amount of air as well. Since I'm not running back, you know, those little vacuum ports that has here to circulate back the air, those gases back into the engine, went ahead and just plugged them up. I do have the IAT, I believe it's called, sensor as well, and there in order for it to read my oxygen or the air coming in as well. This is paired up with a K-Tune 70mm throttle body. I have the little plugs out here because I'm not running that. I forgot the name of it. If I find out, put it here somewhere. Not running that, which has to do with missions and stuff like that. This is if you want to relocate your map sensor onto the actual intake manifold as well. It's a K-Tune plug. This is just a generic one off eBay. Here I could have done a little bit better, but I just went ahead and just put a regular rubber plug to seal it up. Nothing, no leaks whatsoever. This is a Blocks Racing RSX style TPS. I've never had no issues with them. I know these engines and cars suffer from them all the time, and people go with Acuity because they're vibrating resistance, but everybody that I know of that had Acuity has had issues with them. I have not, knock on wood, have issues with this Blocks one. So this right here is, I can't complain, it's the best one, and it's way more affordable than that one. What else can I see? I am running, this is a Hybrid Racing short, it's like a short throttle cable. I do have a long one, which is meant for a 96 Civic. This is actually meant for this chassis, 92 to 95, I believe in Tegra as well, and it is perfect because the other one that I had was getting stuck. I'm sorry if I'm going 100 miles per hour. I'm trying to recall it and give you much information as possible. I am also running an IAC because this is mainly a street car at the moment, so I plugged up all the stuff to prevent any vacuums. I am running a Jack Spaniel, which you can find also on eBay pretty cheap. Rotational plate because the stock position for the IAC sits in front and it was actually hitting my fan, so I went ahead and clocked it that way with that rotational plate. And that right there is an RSX. You can run an RSX Type S or RSX base, it's up to you, doesn't matter. IAC right there, and that I got from Amazon. Nothing whatsoever. It's run perfectly fine. It's been able to adjust my idle really smoothly. It's so smooth, it's way better than not running it, to be honest, on an NA street performance or setup. And then right here we have an adapter plate in order for me to match up my 7mm K-Tune throttle body to the RBC. This right here is a Hybrid Racing one, and it came with the ports, which is nice because I relocated my bar fitting from here onto this side right here, and I'm running it all the way to the booster. The way it's tucked because it was hitting, which I'll show you guys. I messed up my hood in the process. Nothing special on the map sensor. It's the one that it came with the engine. It's went ahead and saved it and left it there as well. Save myself some money on that. You see, have an RBC here. Nothing special. I know they went up in price. I got this for like $240 back then, and now they're ridiculous, and can't complain. I have about 2 more saved up in the back for any future builds that I might have. Obviously K-Tune, you don't have to get K-Tune, but this is a K-Tune EP3 auto pulley because I am running that. It's up to you. You can run the AC power steering delay because I am not running AC as well, and it tucks all the way down there. It might sit a little bit closer here, which you can probably fit a fan here, but you're cutting a little bit too close, to be honest, in my opinion. But yeah, you don't have to get that. It's a matching RSX tensioner as well for the serpentine belt. Alright, so we got the fuel rail. Also disclaimer, you don't have to run aftermarket ones. You can make work with the stock one, but since this is a returnless system, you got a return, no sorry, this is a return system, not a returnless system. Just went ahead and did that because that one's meant more for returnless system, but you can make it work. It's work, and save yourself money also on the fuel rail. So I got myself a K-Tune fuel rail. Went ahead and got the adapter as well to put a gauge in the front. This is not K-Tune, but it's Marshall, which is really good. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's what K-Tune used to run before until they swapped out. As you can see, they look identical to theirs, kind of almost the same style. And then we got the K-Tune fuel rail with the 4 bangers edition. Just went a little bit fancier on that one. I'm not sure if you can still get them or not, but decided to get that when it first came out. Got these eBay pigtails jumpers with RDX injectors in there. Running my little temp sensor up here as well, which is up to you, but I have it as well, so my gauge cluster can read it as well. Nothing special on the engine itself. It's still stock, same cams. This is an 06 K24A RBB 3. Just got the little breather here, K-Tune breather as well, for the gases up there as well. We went with the Haspor EGK2 mounts, 78 on the stiffness, probably for the polyurethane. If I can go back, I'll probably leave it at 62. The chassis does shake a little bit, nothing crazy, but since it's been driven more of a street, that would have been a perfect application, which that's what I'll be running that mount setting for the Integra, since it's going to be driven more on the streets and more for comfort. But yeah, I got those, no issues whatsoever. This is a K24 set to K20 height, so it sits higher, which I had to modify this whole thing up here, my hood and stuff, in order for me to have way better oil pan clearance, because when it was in the K24 setting, it was too low, and it was just, I don't know, every time I went over a bump and stuff, my heart just dropped. I didn't want to risk, destroying the pan and destroying the engine, so I went ahead and did that. So you can see here, it does have a Type S oil pump. I'm trying to remember stuff that's inside the engine that I can't really see. So it does have a Type S oil pump. Clutch, competition clutch, stage 3. Regular flywheel with a clutch 3 clutch in there as well from competition clutch. Competition clutch. I know it's probably way more expensive, but I got a great deal at the time for it. You can run the sidewater neck, the stock one. You don't need to change. This is actually a K-tune one with a angular size for the front, for the upper radiator. I went ahead and did this little thing here because I was trying to get reading that way for my gauges, but it ended up not working out, so I just left it there as a plug so it won't leak. And yeah, I'll have to fix that in the future. That way it looks cleaner and doesn't look ugly. But yeah, I am running heaters so you guys can see. So this, the good thing about this one, the K2 one, you can clock it and work to your advantage, which that's what I did. I used a combination for my heater hose of old hoses from the actual car, and ones that I bought, because I bought like a universal kit from K-tune and made it work. It was not as efficient as I taught the universal one, but it's fine. I made it work. Everything's perfectly up there, and it sits not too close to the header, so it doesn't get that hot as well. For the fuel hoses, I ended up making my own center feed hoses. It's super easy. You don't have to buy the kit. It's super expensive, but I went ahead and just made my own. I have a video as well showing you guys how to do it. You can route it however you want them, but as you guys can see, center feed runs all the way here to fuel pressure regulator, which is a K-tune fuel pressure regulator mounted on that side of the shock tower, all the way back to the regular hoses, which I trim and cut with a K-tune, thanks to my boy Kalen. K-tune, I forgot how many microns it is, but K-tune inlet fuel filter as well. Alright, so I'm trying to see as I go work. So we got our transmission here. This right here is an ITR DC5 Integra Type R transmission with LSC, of course. Got that from HMO along with the engine as well from HMO Motors Online. Sorry if I pronouncing it incorrectly, but yeah, they're located in California, I believe LA. I think they moved a while back ago, but yeah, I am running that. As reverse lock, as you guys can see. Engine harness is a Type S out of a 03 or 02, I believe. RSX Type S. Conversion harness. Conversion harness, it will be inside, but sub harness, which a lot of people are confused. So I'll elaborate a little bit better. So if you're going with a stock engine harness, it's almost a 3-part. You got the engine harness, sub harness, and then charge harness that runs that way. So you might be lucky and get the stock RSX or R6 Type S engine harness, and it might come with the sub harness already, or it might not. In this instance, I went ahead and modified it. That way it's cleaner and it looks better, and it's just pretty much set up for my application, my kswap. Obviously, I made a charge harness as well, so you guys can see running back into it, which is all intertwined and connected together. And yep, if you're running a stock engine harness, you will require that. A lot of these custom engine harness that you see now out there already have that infused. The only thing you might need in some cases that I've seen on them is just a charge harness, because it already has your engine harness plus the sub harness already embedded. Some of them even have the charge harness already into them, so make sure you look into that before you start looking or buying stuff that you might not need. Also, for the grounds, I made my own grounds as well. We have one up here because you can never be too safe with grounds. I have one up here. We have one in the head as well, and then I have my battery to chassis as well, and then the transmission one as well, which I went ahead not too long ago, took my multimeter and decided to test them out, make sure I get the best possible grounds for the car, because without grounds you will not start, and it's really crucial and important to have. You're gonna need a CRV post mount. This is a stock CRV post mount, brand new, that I bought. Now they have so many options out there for you. They have billet ones, adjustable ones, universal ones, you name it. Like, I know for the Integra I got a budget, I guess, overseas replica of a CRV one. It's untested, but I'm pretty sure I'll have nothing but great results for it as well. Transmission, for the transmission, I'm still running, these are RSX Type S, just regular stock shifter cables, nothing special there. Haven't routed up all the way to the back, nothing, you know, done crazy on that. They're just stock ones. On the back we have 1320 performance, I believe they're 2.5 4-to-1 headers, and I have no issues whatsoever. They've been running perfectly fine. Everything's so beautiful and okay with it. No complaints whatsoever as well in there. Something that I will have to underline to you guys. Sure what this sensor is called again, I forgot. I think like oil pressure or something like that, but it goes right there, as you guys can see. On the JDM K24s or any JDM engine, that is obsolete. So it's up to you if you want to run it. They don't run it overseas, but I went ahead and got an aftermarket one and installed it, because, you know, our USCM engine harnesses have it. So I went ahead and there, that way it gets a reading as well. So that's something that you will have to also make sure you do. Also down there, that tensioner cover for the actual chain driven belt for the time chain. I just have a knockoff K2, as you can see there. It's actually meant for a smaller harmonic balancer crank pulley, but I went ahead and notched it so it clears, and it was a pain. I did not know that. I got that long time ago. Also, you gotta make sure that you're running the correct crank sensor in the bottom. So right here, this is obviously a Type S, so it's meant for a K20 crank sensor, and I went ahead and pinned it out for a K24 crank sensor. But it's up to you. Easiest way is just get a K20 crank sensor and then just plug it in, instead of having to do what I did. But yeah, nonetheless, it's something else you have to do. What else can I show you guys as I'm doing a breakthrough and walkthrough? I am running, this is I believe an Integra front strut bar, so I have that. I am running the bar as well at the bottom. Prevent wheel hopping, nothing special on that. I got it online as well, under $800. This was under $100 as well, but I'm pretty sure it went up in price now because they're super hard. This is not the thick one either, I'm pretty sure, like because I know they have like different sizings, and that's how they base it, like the price off of them for more stiffness. I am running, that's a S2000 clutch master. Yeah, clutch master cylinder right there as well. This is a 90 Civic brake master cylinder that I am running, is a lot bigger. Same stock brake booster. I have noticed that it's slightly leaking, but it's still holding, so I'm still running it in the meantime. Heaters, of course, I already mentioned that. Engine harness was already mentioned. Grounds was already mentioned. Battery is the same as the 51R. Roughly that's 520. Cold cranking amps, nothing special on it as well. Other than that, I believe that's pretty much it when it comes to the engine compartment. If I forgot anything, make sure to put it down below. I am running, that's a DC2 proportional valve, not sure what year. It's a 4040 proportional valve. It's not leaking, but I have noticed some issues with my surface contact friction on the rear. Who knows what it could be, but that's something else that I am still diagnosing as we speak, and have had the car, but it's not leaking. I have no issues whatsoever. Maybe needs a little bit more bleeding, to be honest. But yeah, not sure what else I might be forgetting from the engine bay. If you guys have any questions, or just make sure to put it there for me to help you, or if somebody else knows, just jumping on in and help each other out. But yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna wrap it up for the engine bay. I hope I have not forgotten anything regarding the engine bay for the swap. So I think I was pretty explanatory when it came to it. But yeah, let's just keep moving along. Let's go next step. Let's go right inside the cabin setup. This is completely optional. I am running blocks racing. I think these are street I'm not sure, street, probably street. They do not have dampening adjustments. They're pretty stiff. They're decent, you know, for the price that I got them. I would not really recommend them for, I guess, street use. It's too stiff. I mean, it dries perfectly fine. It just, I guess you can get a way better right quality, you know, feeling for it, but nonetheless, it's okay. I have them on these AVV, I forgot the name of the AV8s wheels, and they're pretty much like knockoffs of Spoon, regular, yeah, like a Spoon wheels. They're 15 by, I believe, 6.5, which is kind of crappy, but it fit the budget, so I went and got them. Got this Venturi's V2, cheapest, one of the cheapest. They're Hankooks, but they were on special when I got them on eBay. Perfectly fine, I know, you know, and when it rains they get kind of crappy, but yeah, nonetheless, I did need a spacer. This is a 5mm, I believe. I'm pretty sure a 3 will do, but it's really close, you guys can see, so I'm pretty sure a 3 will do, but this, I believe, is a 5. I do have the budget poor man's Type R, as you can see, brakes. You got 2007, 2009 Mini Cooper rotors with the little lug spacers inside as well, so it won't be jumping around, which that's optional, but I recommend you do it. ITR, you see, brake calipers. I had to cut the shield in the back as well to fit, kind of like adjust it, or you can just eliminate it. It's up to you. You could also run CRVs from what I've seen, but it will require you to cut differently in the bag, or maybe you might not have to cut. But yeah, I'm obviously going to have to respray these because they're rusting. Probably did a crappy job. As you guys can see, they're probably getting a little bit too hot and causing that. And then I got Extreme pads, which are literally TSX pads in here. And yeah, this is my budget setup. As you guys can see, perfect. It's perfect for what it is, and it's, you know, it doesn't break the bank either. So if you guys need a brake upgrade, perfect. It's 11-inch, 280 centimeters, I believe, rotors. Perfectly fine. It brakes amazing. No complaints whatsoever there. Working our way inside the cabin. So as you guys can see, I am stripped. Not a lot, but it's gutted a little bit. Still have running carpet. I kind of regret getting rid of my interior. I wish I would have just saved it and, you know, just kept it, but hey, it is what it is. I had different plans at the time for the car, which is still unfolding as we speak, and I'm still undecided, but it would have been nice if I would have kept the interior. It's hard to find nowadays, and yeah, I just regret not having the full back or half interior. But yeah, carpet was painted. It came like, you can tell I don't have a black interior, it's a gray, so the carpet was kind of like grayish or bluish looking, so I went ahead and painted it. It wasn't the best, but it's fine. Kept the carpet, still have all that stuff in the bottom inside in there. Nothing's been gutted or changed insulation wise at the firewall. So after the regular seats that it came with, the ones that, so as you can see, they're all ripped. For my shifter, I am running, this is a stock RSX shifter box, which you can use a CRV as well. They're identical. It all depends what transmission you are running with matching box and cables. If you're running a, I believe like an Accord, it will require, a TSX or Accord type, it will require, you know, that box setting for you. I'm not too sure on the C3, but I've seen boxes for them as well, and to be honest, those are a lot way more nicer than these ones in my opinion. This is so bulky that I can't really put the center console thing back on. It's, you know, but I've seen people cut it and then put it at the bottom, but I do not want to cut my tonneau. I just don't want to massacre it. But if you're comfortable with that, you can cut it and then set it lower, and then you can actually run your center console back like it was stock. But yeah, here we have a little plastic, you know, nothing special. It's super budget friendly and affordable. RSX Type S, same as a stock one shifter box with a K2 knockoff, it's hard to see, shifter plate, which you will need in order to run this, because the tonneau sits too high. I apologize for that. Alarm, one of my neighbors set it off, but yeah, I have the conversion harness running all the way through here. I am running a Sparks Racing conversion harness. There's so many out there for you guys. You know, I was running a Wireworks one. It was not reading my primary O2 sensor. It was having issues. I contacted them, they pretty much blew me off, so just took it off, got a Sparks Racing one for $200 and never looked back. It's been nothing but perfect. But I have read it all here along with the ECU as well, which is a Type S
matching my 6 speeds and a reverse lockout from a Type S, I believe, old 3. Shout out to DM Auto Parts. If you guys need anything, just hit him up to see what he has. I know he's been quiet for a minute, but I know he's hooked me up. I've gotten a lot of stuff from him, pretty much a lot of the built here, like even the shifter I got from him. So appreciate you, Dave. Thank you for all that. I routed everything through there, and then it's all plugged here with a Honda shipped stock ECU. So yeah, everything's tucked on there, and it runs all the way through right there, that plug, and then that's how it connects, and it speaks, and it talks to the vehicle and relates all the sensors and information, as you guys can see. Nothing special. I have this side gauge pillar. They're not currently working, but if I do decide to get working ones, they will probably go there. I know it's a little bit ricer and old school looking, but it's fine. It does a good job. And then we have our clusters here. So if you guys seen the videos, I have a rare UKDM EDM cluster from Great Britain, from Europe, and it is the UK, and it's perfect, but I'm just so scared to use it because it's like my pride position right at the moment. So I have them saved up, and I'm just running what I had. Just changed the facing on it to these white ones, which they're also from the UK. Great price, not that bad. I do, disclaimer, don't take the needles out. You could destroy your gauge, because that happened to me. So I did the hole too big to slide them in a needle, and it came out looking like crap, but it's fine. I mean, it's just my little daily cluster. I'm never gonna go 160 or rep to 10K, but it's just nice to look at, especially every day. But yeah, I have that in there. These are automatic clusters. You can't tell because of the facing, but yeah, allows me to see my RPM. What else can I talk to in here that will require you? Oh, fuel pump. Yeah, fuel pump. So I am running, this is running a what was it again, a AEM, I believe 340 or 320 fuel pump. No issue whatsoever. It is kind of normally loud, but not crazy loud. It's normal. It's just normal. But yeah, I'm running that as well right there. Yep, not too sure what else to show you guys in the interior, other than I did this as well. This is from an Integra. Went ahead and customized it. I mean, it's not that perfect. You can see a gap in there, but it's fine. Got the lighting set up right there because this does not come with that. That's from an Integra. I customized that as well myself. And yeah, not sure what else to show you guys in here, but there's really nothing else to show you guys inside. But yeah, just all that. Contact pads that I was showing you guys, you can see I'm not sure if it's the actual, because these are used Integra type, Integra, regular Integra rear disc brakes, calipers, the actual trailing arm and the whole rotor, everything. It's pretty much from this period corrected EGSI that came with it. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it could be calipers that are faulty. Who knows? These are all used, and it's came from a junkyard. But nonetheless, everything's okay. I mean, you can tell it's kind of weird. The pattern, is how it's like but it's been working fine. I guess no complaints there whatsoever. Okay, so for the muffler, all right, let's see. So I am running a Janankas. This is actually meant for a B, or I believe a single cam setup. But I went ahead and cut it down there. I'll show you guys. Do not have the back sway bar. I need to get that because I need to stiffen this up a little bit more, so that'll be in the works. I have these sheep low control arms, which I have no issues, but I know I have to wash because a lot of those bushings go bad. And yeah, other than that, it's been okay. No complaints there whatsoever. I mean, it's not like I'm beating on the car. And then obviously we got our Janankas. This is a quiet setup. That's why I went for a quiet. It's not loud whatsoever. It sounds perfectly fine. I'll probably start the car up and show you guys a little bit in a second here, but yeah, that's what I'm running, which I will show you guys how it looks like. Let's go ahead and show you guys. It's hard to see, but yeah, it's been cut there, and then pretty much connected there. But I have noticed since it was cut too short, it's pulling on the headers and you know it kind of sucks. So this is all meant gonna have to get redo. I do have a flex pipe, so you can see there to help it, but all that's gonna have to get redo in a later future. But I like how it sits. It's all tugged perfectly fine, and yeah, no issues whatsoever. So my honest opinion, just get something that's meant for a single cam and then just cut it, mod it, and you know they have tons of these online, super cheap, 3-inch, 2.5, you name it. So yeah, I'm running a sway bar as well, front sway bar from an Integra, I believe an RS. Nothing special, but I forgot the actual measurements for them. But yeah, that's what I'm running here. No issues whatsoever, works perfectly fine. You guys can see how the oil pan sits. I have so much clearance. I almost forgot a lot of questions that I get regarding the axles. So I'm not running stock axles. I have seen people go to O'Reilly's and be successful and get base RSX 32mm ones and be completely successful, and I've had other people say no, they popped on me and you know it came out. Especially this one right here that pops, seems to be a little bit short and it pops out. But I have insane shafts, 500 rated to 500 horsepower, you know, length correct axles, have no issues whatsoever. I had an issue because I bought used ones and they were perfectly fine, and I went to go get an alignment and they took the outer tie rod out, and it actually ended up breaking my my outer, yeah, I think it was like the outer or the inner, I can't remember. I threw them away. I should have kept it, axle. So yeah, that kind of sucks. I still ended up keeping the passenger one, and that's what I'm going to be running on this one. So it has an insane shaft passenger one, and then I ended up getting an O'Reilly's, which they recommend, O'Reilly's base RSX driver side one. So I hope it does not pop out for the Integra. If not, I'm going to have to get an insane shaft one, period corrected. Now you can also upgrade to a 36 versus a Type S, but it'll require you to have different hubs, and you will have to change all your hubs to accommodate for the 36mm ones. But yeah, nonetheless, those are the ones I'm running. Intermediate shafts, you guys can see you have to get one correctly for your vehicle. So I'm running, that's out of a Type S. You can get a base, any Type S. I got Type S will work, base will work. I believe the Z3 works too, but don't quote me wrong. I have people say it works and it's the correct length as well. Element will work, CRV will work. I think that's about it when it comes to your intermediate shaft to work. On this one, I ended up getting a Honda Element one for it. I hope all the bearings and stuff, because it's used, are good. But yeah, nonetheless, that's what I have. And just make sure when you have everything, change your seals. Don't be like me, you know, I rush things. I got my intermediate shaft to transmission right there leaking a little bit, not crazy, but just slightly leaking. Change your seals, make sure you guys are, you know, doing all your stuff. That way you don't have to do preventative maintenance, let down the line. And yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna conclude the swap breakdown. And you know, I'll explain a little bit. If you guys have any questions, just, you know, make sure to put them down or ask me, you know. But yeah, I hope this breakdown worked for you guys and explain a lot of your guys' questions and you know how things work, or what I got or where I got it. But yeah, I think that covered everything. So hard not to say a lot, but yeah, it's hard not to say it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, put them down in the comment box below. I'll try my best to link stuff that you guys need the link for, or just hit me up if you need a link or more questions regarding what you guys are confused. But I hope this gave you a general idea of what to get, how to do it, and just how everything flows, and you know, just answer some of the guys' questions if you guys might have. So thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time.